Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, energy is super intense. It's been super intense since last night. And I almost wonder what is happening with the collective. What's happening with the collective? What's happening for each of us right now that this energy it continues to amplify and become much more intense um, before coming back down. I'm wondering if it has to do with the upcoming solar eclipse. Uh, oh, okay. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and I was told there are some things that refuse to be left behind. Okay. This reading is going to be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. Also for those of us who find ourselves on this channel without any Piscean anything, you're probably an empath. You're probably needing messages from your soul. Okay. So let's just go ahead and pull some cards. Oops. 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, a lot of major arcana cards coming out. It's a lot of major arcana cards that just came out. So these are major life changes. These are major life changes that are happening, and I'm almost wondering if these changes that are occurring are things that really we haven't been wanting to address. We haven't been wanting to take a look at. We haven't been wanting to really allow ourselves to begin processing. These are things that we've probably been dealing with for quite a few years, okay? Pisceans and empaths have a tendency to be able to avoid like a mofo. We have avoidance game that is just ridiculously intense. And, you can only avoid certain things for so long before you have to actually face it. That quote comes to mind every single time this type of subject matter comes up. That quote of the road you take to avoid it often becomes the road that takes you to it. Something along those lines. Definitely paraphrasing. But yeah, so whatever you're trying to avoid, things are going to be coming to a head soon if it hasn't already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Maybe a lot of the things that we need to deal with are things that are potentially karmic in nature. Things that have really been difficult, really been confusing, painful, full of emotion. I would even go so far as to say things that trigger us because they make us feel maybe like make you feel not enough, like you're not enough, like you've been abandoned, that you're not worthy of love, you're not worthy of this and that. I'm wondering if what needs to be left behind is a person, a circumstance, a mindset. I really don't know. I really don't know. I'm hoping to find out with you guys. Like, what exactly is it that needs to be left behind but refuses to be left behind? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Let's get started. So, grounding. First and foremost, grounding. I'm wondering if we're not fully integrated into the life that we're living, that we're kind of just floating along and allowing ourselves to convince ourselves that we are fully present when in reality we are actually fully avoiding. Okay. It's not just empaths and Pisceans that do this. Many, many, many people do this. Okay. Normal, average people also do this. So, it's just one of those things where, is that all you want to do is continue to kind of just avoid, continue to pretend like you're okay, continue to amplify the problems, because really there's certain types of conditions, situations where if you ignore it, it actually makes it worse, right? It actually makes it worse. And I think that this is one of those things. This is one of those things that have been ignored, and now it's creating so much internal chaos, so much internal conflict, that I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are starting to feel fractured, starting to feel as though someone's taken an egg beater to you. You ever seen those hand mixers? What they do to butter? Put a stick of butter. Put a stick of butter in a bowl and see what happens when you put one of those hand blenders. That butter gets chopped up real fast, okay? Real fast into tiny little pieces. But then here's the thing. Do you need to remain as that solid stick of butter? Or do you need to allow that stick of butter to be chopped up by the hand blender into smaller pieces, so that when you go to bake whatever it is you're creating, it creates this wonderful experience of texture, nuance, because I don't know if y'all like flaky pie crust. That's how you do it. You can take that pastry cutter, or you could totally take, a hand mixer, and then add your flour, your dry ingredients, and then take a pastry cutter to it again. I'm just saying, there's so many different ways to achieve the same or similar type of outcome, which is really a pie, right? You're baking the pie of life. You can bake that pie of life with whatever ingredients you choose. At the end of the day, you're going to need to have a flour and a fat, and it's going to need to be combined in a way that creates the potentiality of small little nuggets of pie crust. Okay, that's how you make it flaky. Now, I'm wondering if some of us are hesitant bakers. Like, you're a fabulous baker, but you really just, like, you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to bake. You don't want to this. You don't want to that. And I mean, all that wasted potential, just because you don't want what recognition. One of my kids is an amazing baker, like amazing baker. He went ahead and he made these like I don't know if they were like muffins or something like that. And it was so good that I was like, "What are these?" He goes, "Bread." And I was like, "No, this is the bread of gods." That's what I called it. The bread of gods. But he doesn't like to bake. He doesn't like to bake, and it's kind of like, "But you're an amazing baker. What do you want to be in life?" Nah. All right. All right. We can't force people to tap into the potentials that we recognize within them, right? We have to be able to just hold this space and allow them to decide, this is who I am in this moment. This is who I am in this moment, and it's okay. You know what I mean? And I'm wondering too, if this message extends to us. Like, do we have to do this for ourselves, where we recognize it's okay to hold space for you? It's okay for you to be who you are in this moment and not know who that is, but still be open to experiencing um, events that will help you to better understand exactly who you are. There's a lot of shifting that's going on. There's a lot of changes that are occurring. There's a lot of internal destruction from what I hear. A lot of us are feeling very distraught, very destroyed, very hesitant, very hesitant to allow ourselves to enter into this space that's being held open, this space of personal discovery. That's okay. Enter that space anyways, okay? You don't want to enter that space anyways and just kind of quietly exist there for a period until you get curious enough to explore who you are now. I promise you, you change consistently. You are consistently changing and shifting within your perceptions, within your attitudes, within who you actually are. And if you are so busy trying to maintain images, aesthetics, trying to maintain connections with people who don't behave as though they want to remain connected to you, then, you're going to waste your time and your energy, and you're not going to recognize who you are in that moment, who you were yesterday, who you're about to become in 10, 15 minutes. Okay? That's a thing where, when someone's behavior shows you that they really don't want to put any effort into maintaining a connection with you, believe it. Believe it. Really, truly believe it. It's hard. Like, there's this Michael says, but we also have to be careful about believing things that we think are accurate. But are they accurate? Does this person really not value you and not want to be around you? Or did your insecurity get triggered by something? And so now you wonder, do they really want me around? Or are they just like, do they not? Do they? I don't know. I don't know. Um, and I think it's at that point that you have to really pause and assess, like, is this communication really from a soul, or is it from your insecurity? Did something try and trigger that insecurity and was successful in the triggering of your insecurities? And now you have this fictitious, distorted belief, distorted assumption that people who actually do love you, that they really don't. It's such a hard thing to be this emotionally complex, yet so simple all at the same time. I think what we need to begin doing is really exploring where our emotions come from. Like last night, I was literally like, I was about to go to bed. I was so exhausted. I was half asleep. And then one of my kids comes in and is like having a full on conversation with their dad about, you know, Call of Duty or something like that. And then I was wide awake. And then I was just in a neutral mood. And there was nothing that happened, no thoughts, no nothing to shift me out of that neutral mood, when suddenly I just felt like the most consuming type of sadness. I'm like, who is this? Oh my God, this is horrible. This is a horrible feeling. And then it came this sense of like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm going to be fine. And it's like, bro, you don't feel fine. You don't feel fine. I don't know who it is. They didn't feel fine to me. But if I didn't pause and assess, like, do I have a reason to suddenly shift into this dense emotion, I would have assumed it was me. I would have assumed it was me, and then I would have assumed that, oh my God, I'm about to start another cycle of depression. Depression. No, I don't want to anymore. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to have a PTSD flare up. I don't want any of that. And it's like, is it about what I want or is it about what I need? Is it about me needing to feel something that maybe is not explainable by my life in that moment, but it's something that ties into another portion of my existence? Maybe I needed to feel the collective in order to make that decision where it's like, no, I'm not entering or re-entering into that destabilized emotional space. I don't want to be destabilized. I'm not going to allow myself to be destabilized. And sometimes that want and that need align, and then you're able to prevent yourself in a healthy manner from entering into that destabilized space. Okay. And it's this thing of like, do I not want that? Or am I just avoiding that? You know what I mean? Is that something I don't need to experience because it's just going to hurt me, and it's not going to add to this enrichment of my understanding of myself? Or is it something that's going to really, really ripen my inner understanding of self and soul, but I'm afraid of developing and ripening and blossoming into this new version of myself because it's scary? Change is so scary. And therefore, I'm going to avoid it with everything that I am and create this story in my head of, this is not my emotion. This is not me. I don't need to feel this. I mean, we're capable of feeling other people, but we're also capable of projecting as though it's not ours. We're not taking ownership of it, but in reality, it absolutely is ours. um, I know for me last night, that was not me. That was not mine because um, usually when the emotion is mine, I'm like desperately seeking for who it is, right? Because I don't want to own it. So I'm like, oh my God, who is this? Who is this? And then all I see and feel is myself. So then I know that's me. That's me, and not wanting to process my life, my traumas, my emotions, my thoughts. When it's not me, my instinctual reaction is like, oh my God, this is so sad. Who is this? Who is this? Oh my God, I don't want anyone to feel this badly. So then I know it's this like compassion that comes out when it's someone else that I'm feeling. But I mean, heaven forbid it be me, because then I'm like, no, it can't be me. It cannot be me. There's no way. I have nothing to be sad about. I have an amazing life. I have a peaceful family life. I have a peaceful home. There's nothing for me to be, so then I know it's like avoidance. It's avoidance on my end when I start to process in that way, because I'm looking for someone to project this out onto. Now let's see. Hex and Banishment. I don't know, for some reason, whenever this card comes up, it keeps being this sense of like someone had made a decision to like banish you, you know, to send you away. Like they didn't want you around anymore. Well, maybe they did. Uh-oh. I'm thinking maybe they did. Maybe they did want you around, but they banished you to kind of beat you to the punch, because um it's almost this sense of like, you create such a profound experience for them, anytime they're around you, anytime they witness you, it is such a profound experience, and they've never experienced anything to the degree that they experience it in your presence. And so what happens? It makes them afraid. It makes them very, very afraid because they, for the first time in their lives, they value something to a deeper depth than they feel their fear. And so it becomes this thing of, well, I can't guarantee that you'll want me to. So let me cut you out before you get the opportunity to hurt me. That's one hell of a trauma response. That is one hell of a trauma response. So someone pushed you out emotionally, mentally, socially. Um, you were pushed out, you were banished, you were hexed. And the whole like hex portion of it, it gives this sense of like, I don't know, it's almost like the two of you together, like connected, is such a magical thing that when it went toxic, it became an actual hex. Hold on. So let's define hex. So cast a spell on, bewitch, a magic spell, a curse. Oh, a curse is any expressed wish that some form of adversity or whatever. Hmm. So hold on. Hmm. So I don't know if someone like literally hexed you, you know. Um, this is more of like a figurative type of thing. You know what I mean? Figurative. Um, really allowing that dense, dark feeling, that dense, dark emotional response to rise up. And I almost feel like they've never been this angry with someone before. They've never been this disappointed and this angry with another person before. And it's not, see, okay. So one of the things that I had to learn for myself is that when it still makes you angry, there are still emotions involved. Okay? When you're angry with someone, say this is an ex, right? You were so madly in love with them and they did something to make you feel betrayed and yada yada yada, and you're still angry years later, you're still angry. There's a high likelihood that the anger is connected to unresolved feelings of love, because really, um they have these really unresolved feelings of love. And it's not to say that everyone who's angry with an ex is still in love with them. You know what I mean? I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying everyone. It's not everyone. There's a high likelihood, though. Okay. There's always exceptions, even to high likelihoods. But that's the thing. Like, I recognize that if I still carry even the negative emotions regarding someone or something, I'm still emotionally invested in that. In some way, shape, or form, I'm still invested in that. So you asked me about ex-boyfriends. Yeah, no, I mean, they were a boyfriend at one point and then they weren't. They were and then they weren't. Well, do you hate them? Why would I hate them? That was like so long ago. So long ago. Why would I hate them? Why would I still have any like um feelings like that? Like I don't have any longing to be with them. So why would I need to have those kind of feelings? I don't. I don't. So that's that. Now, if there are things that like still upset me, like I had a friendship end not too long ago, and I'm still upset about that. Like, bitch, what the fuck happened? You just disappeared. What the fuck? You could have at least like cussed me out or something. Tell me what the fuck I did. I'm still butthurt. But I mean, do I wish them harm? No. I hope you fucking miss me though. I hope you fucking miss me. I hope you've been dreaming about me now. I'm kidding. Nah, I don't want them dreaming about me. But that's the thing. Like, it's still like a negative feeling because I'm still in some way, shape, or form invested in that. There's probably, I mean, I don't cognitively think of it, but I'm pretty sure there's this part of me that's still like, I hope she comes back. She probably won't. It's fine. It's fine. No, I'm pretty sure she's not intimidated by me. I'm pretty sure of it. She's been in my life a long time. Yeah, no, I don't think she's intimidated by me at all. I don't know what happened, but I don't think it has to do with intimidation. Yeah. Mm-mm. So people who get to know me, in the privacy of like private chats or whatever, which I'm rarely in, um, they know I'm a fragile AF person. I'm fragile AF. I'm typically like just, hi guys. Yeah, no, there's nothing to be intimidated by when you get to know me. Yeah. It's more like you just awkward AF. It's all right. We know you're like that. And that's it. There's no intimidation. But digressing back to what we were talking about, um when you still have part of you invested in something, it's still going to have that type of emotional response to it. So make sure you know what you're investing in. Okay. Passion, fire. This is someone that is super passionate. They're super passionate. They're super passionate about what it is that's going on. It almost seems like this is someone who is a big bear of a person. And their energy is fiery. They dance around you. That looks like a bear's head. And they're like just dancing around you, swirling around you, and you're over there oblivious, belly dancing. Just belly dancing. um I just think that people can be in your life for many years, but when I see you change and grow, they are not able to handle it very well. So therefore they feel a little bit ah and not knowing what to expect. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, no, yeah. Because I do when I shift within myself, sometimes it can register as like me becoming a completely different person to someone who feels like they know me. Um, yeah, I think for some that's a very accurate assessment. I think for some that's definitely what has happened in the past between me and other people, where I grew beyond what they were comfortable walking with me to or towards, and then it became this thing of being angry. Not me angry, them angry, like and I never understood this logic of like certain people will have this perception of me, like I think I'm better than them. Better than you? I don't even compare to you. You don't compare to me. We're just so different. What is this coming from? Like I really literally don't get that because I truly genuinely feel all of us have something unique and profound to offer to situations, connections, events, all of that stuff that someone else cannot offer. Therefore, we each have our own unique, irreplaceable intrinsic worth. So I don't get that when people are like, oh, she thinks she's better. Like, what's fucking wrong with you that you're even comparing? Because you can't do what I do. Maybe you're not supposed to. 'Cause I can't do what you do. Just saying. Just saying. You know, we can't all be the same thing. We can't all be the same. Oh, but yeah, you're just saying that because you feel like you're on top. Bitch, you don't think I want to be at the bottom of the pyramid, tucked away, nice and hidden? I'm socially awkward AF. I'm not even joking. I am socially awkward AF. I'm only extroverted on live streams because there's nobody in the room with me. You think I'm joking? Y'all think I'm joking. That's not no joke. That's not no joke. I remember one time I was hosting a retreat, right? It was back in, I want to say August of last year. I was hosting a retreat and it's a live stream where I have like a white wall behind me. I think it was like shiplap wall. I can't remember for sure. And I was wearing a white off the shoulder dress as I was live streaming. My hair was down and textured. And just to watch that. Watch that because I, I started the reading, and the next thing you know, I was in the kitchen, and then all the guests started waking up, and they felt like they had to sit there and watch me. And then I was like, there's people here. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't just end the live stream now. Shit. And then I was trying to be professional, which just reads as awkward. Awkward and fake AF. And that's that. So it's this thing of like me needing to know who I am and the environment that I'm in, me needing to allow myself to be that. Okay. Y'all can be who you are. I can be who I am. And we're all going to have to be okay with it. We have to finally release these different roles that we think we are being forced to play for other people. Okay, we have to let that go. But there is just this papa bear swirling around you. Mhm. This is like a papa bear energy. Like they're all fiery and hot and bothered for you. Like giving you the vapors. They're hot and bothered for you. I wonder who that is. For you guys. For you guys. Mhm. Is this another third party reading? Oh my God. So, union in reverse. The passion was in reverse. It was like this, right? For some reason, I righted this up because I don't know why, but I guess they're in something that just ended because the passion went upside down and yeah, oh shoot. I'm just saying. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. My crown is tingling. Ooh. Oh my God. All right. So, incubation. I don't know if this is you or if this is your cross watcher. This is kind of like this sense of needing to just be away from everything, be away from everyone, everything, and just really begin to assess. Oh, and this is what I hear. Where the fuck did my life go wrong? Shit. What is going on? Well, whatever's going on, they're about to be reborn. You're about to be reborn, or they're about to be reborn. There's a rebirth happening, okay? Manifestation. Someone is really, I don't know if it's you, might be you. Someone's really trying to bring something into fruition. Like, it's the Papa Bear energy. Swirling and swirling and swirling and swirling. Oh my God. Just this swirling around you, trying to bring something, like wrapping it around you, not like a binding, but just kind of like, um, almost like wanting you to feel their presence, but then afraid that you'll feel their presence, and afraid that if you feel their presence, that you'll back away, that you'll be upset. Do we want to know who this is? Do we want to know who this is for us? Because I think if we want to know who this is for us, we need to make a decision to not be upset when we find out who this is, to just kind of be open to receiving the information. Like, I want to know who it is. Oh, oh, I'm getting like butterflies in my stomach, in my chest. Um, it's a loyalty program that's effective in December. I just got a notification. Loyalty program effective December. This is someone that I'm wondering if this is someone that has a past life connection with you. And then why are they back? Shit. Let's see who it really is. I'm going to open one of my apps. Okay, hold up. Let me see. Let me open one of my apps. My devices speak to me for real. Okay. If you guys think this is crazy, hold up. Now is a time to integrate your soul and humanness into a state of wholeness, alignment, and align with the flow of life. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. These are cute. These are cute. When you're laughing so hard and you try to stop, but you look at the person and laugh again. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I gotta save that. Hold on. Shit. Okay. So, whoa. When someone chooses to end a relationship with a family member, it's not an easy decision or based on one thing. Often the relationship has ended after many rounds of forgiveness and trying to make the relationship work. When you encounter someone who has decided to let go of a relationship that disturbed their peace, cause them mental or emotional stress, offer them grace instead of your opinion. Ooh, bitch. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, that's a nice ass tattoo. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, the privilege of a lifetime is being who you are. Mm. Oh, these are potent. These are really potent. Free yourself from worrying your mind about how it was supposed to be and try to practice non attachment. You're a river, not a rock. Mm hmm. Mm hmm. I'm just going to be blunt. If you think you need a leader or a religion, then you're not conscious, period. Being conscious means that you're capable of thinking independently and no longer need to be guided. Conscious people don't need to be told what to believe because their logic and reason allows them the ability to use their minds. Oh my God, is this a message for somebody? I feel like all of these are a message for somebody, like letting go, moving forward, not allowing yourself to be held back, even by family, not allowing yourself. Really, really no longer allowing any of those excuses that have kept you bound to whatever this is. Ooh, we're going to end it with this. Remember this. You are free to choose, but you are not free from the consequences of your choices. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm just saying. If you seriously want to change, you have to go through uncomfortable situations. Stop trying to avoid the process. It's the only way to grow. Friends know best. I'm just saying. I do, don't I? Oh, see what I'm saying? They're grumpy and they're sad. I'm sorry for being grumpy and sad. I just get overwhelmed sometimes. Who is this? Okay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So this is cute. Let me save that too. So it's one of those things where it's one of those things where this is a cycle that is closing itself out. This is something. I am so fucking hot. Hold on, guys. Let me make sure my boobs don't come out my shirt. Okay, there we go. There we go. This is something where it's quite a few people going through these cycles, right? So many of us are going through these cycles where we are letting go of old relationships, whether they be romantic, familial, platonic, business, who knows? But it's time to let things go because you're free to choose, but you're not free from the consequences of your choices. And I think that's what's the heart of the message today, where once upon a time a choice was made and it didn't pan out. It didn't help you to grow. It didn't establish and sustain the type of peace that you thought and hoped that decision would provide you. Wow. Michael says sometimes people fall out of love, and that's because the foundation wasn't built right. Because buildings that stand, structures that are built upon foundations that are properly installed, they don't falter, they don't fall. They are designed to withstand the extremes that that specific environment is capable of. Have you ever noticed that in some states, the way the houses are built, um, they're meant to withstand earthquakes. In other states, the way the houses are built, they're meant to withstand tornadoes. Like I promise you, you go to somewhere in Northern California, you're not going to find a bunch of property with like storm cellars. You know what I mean? Like shelters. You're not going to find that. That's not a common thing. As a matter of fact, in California, houses tend to not have basements. That's like a novelty in California. Why is that? Earthquake. Earthquake. In Colorado is like nonstop. Everybody got a basement. Everybody got a basement. Depends on where you're at. It really, really does. If you're east of the 25 in Colorado, you're probably going to have some sort of storm shelter. You know what was the most like, it wasn't really scary, but it was kind of just like, what the hell is going on? We were east of the 25. We were on the northeastern side of Colorado one year. And we were at an RV park. And then all of a sudden, all the sirens went off. And I remember my girlfriend she'd been living in Colorado for so long. And she always told me, girl, don't go east of the 25. I'm like, why? Colorado is Colorado. She's like, no, they have tornadoes there. I'm just like, tornadoes can cross freeways. Like, that's BS. No, she was being honest. She was accurate. We were east of the 25 and the sirens went off. And I mean, if you're in an RV, that's super dangerous. If a tornado actually touches ground, that's super dangerous. It'll pick up your RV and toss it. It'll yeet it across the fucking field. And RVs are built to be light. Their chassis is not light. Their walls are. It's not going to withstand any of that. It's going to crumple. And so then everyone got out of their RVs because it was an RV park. And then everyone went into this storm shelter. It's like a community center in the middle of the RV park because it was designed to withstand stuff like that. So, I mean, the environment needs to be considered. And if the foundation that this structure, whatever you were building with someone, if it was not meant to withstand whatever it is you're going through right now, is not going to withstand it. And we're going to have to be okay with that, because not every single relationship, connection, even with family, is not meant to remain intact for the rest of your life. Our loyalty to that sense of obligation is what hurts us the most. It hurts us the most. So I used to be that person that was loyal no matter what. I do believe in hip hop culture. It's called a ride or die. I'm a rider. For real. That's the type of loyalty I have. But then I'm recognizing not everyone is worthy of that depth of loyalty where I legit got you. You don't have to ask me to go to war for you. Someone messing with you and I see it, I'm going to fucking get involved. I'm going to get involved. And you don't have to ask me nothing. You don't have to be like, Emmie, I can't do it. Can you? No, it's going to be like, girl, step back and hold my dignity. I'm about to get ratchet right now. Give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes? That's all I need to fuck a person up. That's all I need, girl. I'm efficient. So, yeah, not everyone deserves that. Not everyone deserves that. And that's just that. So now I'm learning, and hopefully this message is being received by whoever needs it. I'm learning to be loyal to you for as long as it's appropriately healthy for both of us. Okay? With that, there are some people who are very healthy for me. They're very, very healthy for me. So what happens? If the intention that I've set is to be loyal to you for as long as it's appropriate and healthy, then, as long as it's healthy, where you don't go into this place of toxicity, then I can be loyal to you for forever. See how that works? You see how that works? The moment you go into this place of toxicity that I should not enter, have fun. You're not coming? No, thank you. I've already been there. No, thanks. You know, that's okay for you to be like, no, thanks. That's just, whoo, no. Allow yourself to awaken to the reality of what you're in. I feel like for some, they've been in this process of awakening to the reality that they're in because they've been suffering and struggling for so long. They have been suffering and struggling for so long. What's going on? Flatten out, flatten. They've been suffering and struggling for so long that it's just one of those things where they can no longer ignore the situation that they're in, the person who is the most toxic. And it could be that they're realizing they're the most toxic. You know, it could be that you're beginning to understand, like, whoa, it actually is me. It's me creating all of these situations in my head and then projecting it out and then waiting for the people in my environment to act upon it, to bring it to fruition with me. And sometimes it's not you. Sometimes it's the person you're involved with, whether it's a romantic thing, whether it's a family thing, whether it's a friendship thing. You know, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things. Realizations need to be had. And I think this is a period where we're having them. I think this is a period where we're having them. Chalice, fulfillment. The cycle has been fulfilled. It's a sense of the cycle has been fulfilled and there's a potentiality, there's nothing left to work out. It makes me kind of sad for whoever that message applies to. Like this thing that you had been counting on, this thing that once upon a time provided emotional stability, provided a safe haven for you and your heart. All of that time, energy, effort invested into it, it didn't pay off. It didn't pay off. So, as I'm entering into this field of interest in cryptocurrency, I'm kind of just like, you're either going to choose to allow your funds to remain in a currency that clearly is depreciating quickly. And if you leave it there, then, because, okay, some people's logic is this, okay? The stock that I've invested in, it's gone down in value. So I'm going to wait until I get my money back. If I invested $100 and suddenly the value of the stock has gone down, and so now I only have $75 in my balance, then I'm going to wait until I get my $100 back before I invest it in something that I feel will actually pay out. And my logic is, well, if what you want to invest in has also crashed momentarily, has dipped way low, if you're going to wait until the BS stock rises back up to get your $25, then you're going to pay way more than what you got back for this more valuable stock. So I'm going to cut my losses there and I'm just going to put it in wherever it is I believe I should have put it in the first place. I'm not going to miss out on two opportunities just because I want to mitigate the loss. And it's this thing of like, have you been doing that with your relationships? Have you been aware for some time now that, let's make it a romantic example, this romantic relationship that you're in is not working out, and so you're like, okay, let me invest more, let me take it to the next level, let me take it to the next level, let me keep investing, and maybe it will finally pay out, because There have been things that have happened, and I understand that I have trauma responses. I understand that a lot of these issues that we've been through have to do with me and my fear and the things that I've been through and not having worked through that emotional trauma. And so now I'm blaming myself, right? So if I just give more to this relationship, then it's eventually going to pan out. And then comes this thing of like, you realize this is some BS. It's the same stuff over and over. I don't think I'm the problem. I think this person likes me having a problem. They like making me a project. They like me being broken and staying broken. Then you begin to understand you're in a trauma bond where you're bonding over similar types of trauma, similar forms of loss. And now that you're ready to heal and they're not willing to because that's their place of comfort, now you have to kind of assess, is it time to let this go and invest in something else? Are you afraid to let go? Because courage is not what happens in the absence of fear. Courage is what you choose to do when you're the most afraid. Make a decision. I don't know if you should stay. I don't know if you should go. I don't know if there's something left to work out or if it's a lost cause. Maybe part of the problem is that we allow too many people to have too much say in the way we feel about our journey, about our learning. No, no. I'm open to hearing other people's opinions, their perceptions of what they're witnessing me go through. Is that opinion going to be the very thing that dictates to me what to do? No. If I have to live with the consequence and only me, I'm going to be the only one that chooses. I'm going to be the person who chooses for me. Okay. Um, there are some things that refuse to be let go of. What are those things? Shadows, shadow things. There are things being hidden in the shadows. You have to focus on the light, right? But you also have to be aware of what's in the shadows. You have to be aware of what you're hiding away. I'm wondering if for some people, what this period is has more to do with this recognition and finally this period of acceptance of what you've hidden from yourself. Oh, it's almost this sense of like emotion. Like what was hidden away is emotion. You were feeling something, feeling some kind of way. I wonder if you're feeling some kind of way about what you're currently in or feeling some kind of way about what you wish you had. Maybe both. It feels like it's both. For some people, it feels like it's both. Be the hunter, not the hunted. So, ooh, shots fired. Michaela, you're aggressive today. I like it. I like it when Michael's aggressive. Michael hates it when I say things like that. Okay, so what he said for be the hunter, not the hunted, he was saying that something along the lines of like the miscalculation of withholding in order to be chased was erroneous. It was a miscalculation. And so now, whoever it was that was waiting to be chased but didn't get chased, now they're needing to really reassess and reapproach whatever situation, whatever potentiality that was given up because of an ego-based decision. He says, don't say it. Michael's handsome. Have you guys ever seen Michael? He doesn't look like the way they portray him in those Renaissance paintings. He's handsome. Ruggedly handsome. It makes him feel very uncomfortable when I say that kind of stuff. I love the way his legs look in his skirt. And the way his forearms just ripple beneath the ruffled lace of his bell sleeve tops. He's mad. Go away then. He's mad. He doesn't like it when I say things like that. Right. Michael Chulo. I'm just saying. Card number 15, Big Bold Vision. The perception is shifting. It's being changed into something that's more in alignment with the actual reality of what you need, what whoever needs, right? Endings are painful. They really, really are. They're painful. There's a lot of fear because there's a lot of uncertainty when things end. When a cycle ends, when a relationship ends, when, whatever it is ends, there's uncertainty. What comes next? No one really knows. No one really knows. And this is part of why so many people stay in things that should have ended a long time ago. They stay in it for far too long because of that fear of what happens next. What happens to me after this? I don't know. Okay. Ooh. Sabkarbati. I'm just saying. Okay. What do you feel? It's time to really assess where your emotions are leading you towards. What thoughts, what processing, what do you feel? Do you feel like it's time for change? Do you feel like it's time to so Michael totally stopped. Someone's mother is here again. This woman. I guess it's time to pursue things, is what she says. Time to pursue things. What's your dream? What's your dream? What is the most perfect life for you? What are the components that you need in order for your life to feel perfect, to feel like you're living a dream? Is it a job? Is it a dwelling? Is it a certain type of relationship? Is it excuse me, is it this concept of something? Are you trying to achieve something? Or are you needing to let go of something else? You know what I mean? Sometimes a perfect life is not about what you can get, what you can achieve, what you can grasp onto. Sometimes a perfect life is finally letting something go. It's a friendship? It's hard to tell if it's a friendship or if it's a romantic relationship. It's like the line is blurred. I wonder, well, some people who are in relationships, that's like their best friend, that's their best friend. So for some, it might be that. For some, it might be that your romantic partner is actually your best friend or was your best friend, but now you guys don't have things in common. It's almost like their insecurity is the very thing that drove you away. So, my logic on that, it's not my job to heal your insecurities. I can hold space for you and help you to heal that, help you to let go of some of those things. Um, but I can't carry that for you indefinitely. After a certain point, my patience is going to run out. And I tend to not give up on people. Like once you've gotten in past a certain degree, I'm not going to give up on you. I'm just going to keep trucking along right beside you. And so when I begin considering giving up on someone, I have to question, like, have we finally reached that threshold of like, this is just, you know what? I'm doing more for this than you are, and it's your issue. So then maybe it's time for me to just leave it with you. You know what I mean? Maybe it's time for me to just kind of let go of this, let you deal with yourself, because some people don't want to let go of what they're going through. Some people don't want to become an elevated version of themselves. Like when there's conversations of um elevating who you are, not just achieving more, becoming more rich or anything like that. I'm talking about really allowing that introspection to ripen your sense of self. Some people, like I've met people like this. We're like, "Oh, are you trying to say I'm not as good as you?" I'm trying to say if you're comfortable in your toxicity, marinate in it. I'm out. I'm out. I'm just out. I can't be around people like that. I can't be around people who can't take accountability for the toxic ways in which they behave. Where it's like, well, I didn't do anything. Yeah, you fucking did. If I'm saying something, yes, you did. Yes, you did. You don't get to do things and then ask me why I'm pissed. And when I tell you, you tell me I'm wrong. How about a hearty, heaping serving of a hot fuck you? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm saying. I'm even talking loud. Talking loud. Sorry. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, fire away. Uh-huh. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's time to really allow your life to flow. If it means flowing towards something, beautiful. If it means flowing away from something, beautiful. The goal is not to never hurt in life, nor is the goal to find things to hurt over. The goal is to hurt as little is as needed for your growth. The goal is to find and exist in an environment and within connections that don't unnecessarily hurt you. Yeah. When you have to feel bad, ooh, ooh, that's intense. Oh, maybe Cody's mom is one of my guides. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. She says to have it held against you that your heart belongs to someone else. Damn. That's deep. That's deep. I'm asking her to show me her face. I want to know who she is. I mean, if you're going to be in my life this effing long, could you just like properly introduce yourself? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Right? I'm just saying. Cody. Oh, that's tied to Kylie Jenner. They're about to like crap out on stocks because of Kylie Jenner's association with Travis Scott. Don't invest in Cody. Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't know. Or fill in co-host for MD. I'm just saying. I want to know her name. She won't even tell me her name. I don't know what her name is. She just, whenever I ask her who are you, she shows me all these butterflies. I'm like, boo. I'm not like a Mariah Carey type of girl. I'm not really into butterflies. I don't do girly stuff like that. Oh my god, she's hilarious. She goes, "What are you into?" Guns. Yeah. High caliber rifles. What? That's what I'm into. Big guns. She's interested. She's interested. Well, I mean, I'm pretty proficient with 223 556. I don't have a rifle capable of 50 cal, but you're definitely um welcome to provide me with a 50 cal rifle. I'll shoot that bitch. I'll shoot it. Mhm. I would. I would. She's asking, "Are you open to hunting?" I don't know. I guess like if we were going to process the carcass for like sustenance, I guess I could justify hunting, but we would have to process it like Native American type of processing where there's no waste. You know what I mean? Like all of that has to be used up. I'm not just gonna take the choice piece. Do you like that? She likes that. She goes, "Oh, you have ethics." Duh! I have ethics. I'm not just randomly killing things. Hello. She's laughing. She's laughing. She's like, "What got you into guns?" Home defense. She's like, "That's not home defense." I know, I know. I wanted to do competitions. I wanted to do like long rifle competitions. I want a BMG is what it is. Yeah, I know. She's like looking at this memory that I have where I was in South Dakota and I was at a gun shop and I saw a BMG on the wall. She goes, "Oh, that's taller than you." I know. I've never said I was a big person. So the worker was like, "Can I help you?" And I was like, "Can I see that one?" He takes it off the wall and he hands it to me gently, but he's not letting it go. And so we're both holding the rifle and I'm just looking at him like let it go. He goes, "Are you sure you got it?" And I was like, "Yes." I was getting irritated. I was like, "Yes." And he goes, "Okay, I'm gonna start letting it go." And as he's letting it go, my hands are going down. He goes, "You're a little bit small of a person." I was like, "I promise you, sir, I can still shoot the shit out of this rifle." Because I'm sure you could. You have a fire about you, but it's heavy. I was like, "It is. Can you grab it again?" He's like, "Okay, I will." So he grabbed it and he was like, "Do you want me to help hold it with you?" "No, sir, you can put it back." It was almost as long as I am tall. I want to say it weighed close to what I weigh. So all you need is a bipod in the front. I'll lay on the ground. Don't worry about it. He goes, "It's a competition rifle." I was like, "I want to do competitions." He goes, "Ooh, you're competitive." I was like, "Yes, I am." And he's like, "I think you'd win." Yes, I would. Because I'm not stopping until I do. He's like, that's a good kind of attitude. Yeah. I know, right? I know. Yeah, no, we find balance. We have to find balance within like competitiveness and working together. She likes it. She likes that I'm competitive, but I'm also aware of when competition is appropriate and that I'm not competitive for no reason. I kind of like her. She says I'm a well balanced person and that um, I'm not insecure. Well, I don't know about that, but if you say so, mhm. If you say, sure, okay. Going beyond normal. So whatever's been being done for this long now, the norm that's been established is just not okay. Mm-mm. It's not acceptable. It's less than what you actually deserve. And sometimes, in order for you to get what you actually deserve, you have to be willing to let go of what is unworthy of you, whether it's a situation, whether it's a living circumstance, whether it's the environment, whether it's the workplace, whether it's a family situation, a relationship situation. I mean, who knows? Whatever it is for you, if it's no longer worthy, you have to let it go so that you have both hands to gently hold on to what is being given to you. You know, it's just something. It's something that we need to begin coming to terms with, this need to release our expectations of how things were supposed to play out. She's Yes, I'm getting into canning. She's like, you're just into everything. Yes. Hmm. Anyways, card number 35, conscious connections, allowing yourself to become reacquainted with the types of connections that are actually conscious connections, not just connections that exist because, oh, she says, because you've known each other for so long. She is really fascinated. She's like going around the house, like, don't be nosy now, okay? You can look at the kitchen stuff. She's like, well, you really like plants too. I do. I do. Check out the veggie patch in the backyard. She's super fascinated. It's like she's taking inventory. She's like, you like animals too. I do. I'm just waiting for her to be like, what size is your underwear? Like, you want my medical records too? What the fuck? Okay, this is just weird shit. So, conscious connections, allowing yourself to be in situations and connections where it's like a conscious decision to be there, not because it's all you know, not because you felt like that's all you have in life. You have so much potentiality. And again, if you're not going to allow yourself to let go of the things that no longer serve you, then you're just not, woman. Oh shit. She's like, your skin looks so soft. We gonna fist fight. You gotta ask me first if you're gonna touch me. She's like, your skin looks so soft. The fuck, yo. She's giggling. I got to stop laughing because she thinks I'm actually okay. I'm really not okay with it. I'm really not okay with it. My skin looks and feels soft because I have Ehlers-Danlos. I don't have proper connective tissue. That's why I look so soft, okay? She's like, she likes my curl pattern. The fuck is going on? So I have a curl pattern where it's along the hairline, and then the back bottom half of my hair, it's curly. Well, not today because she says you over conditioned it. Oh my god. Yeah, this top half becomes like a loose wave. What is actually going on here? I'm starting to not find this funny. Pedro likes her. Pedro likes her. Card number 30, the perfection of your life. mm. Mm-mm-mm. Some things apparently need to burn. Notice how there's no bridges to get to the other side, you know? So just kind of let that just, you know, take that for what it is. You okay, Teresa? Battle defense mode over something. Are you in a battle mode because of her? Maybe she's a demon. Shit. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Are you in battle defense mode because she touched my shoulder? You might be feeling me because I was about to have a problem with that. Yeah. I don't know. Just some weird shit. Just some weird shit, y'all. Card number 21, beyond the mind, the heart beats. So the things that are going on within your life, it almost feels like we have to go beyond just the thoughts, beyond just the planning, and we have to begin entering into this space of like heart rhythm, um, this space of like a heart based connection to your life, to the people in your life. And this is not about like romantic love. This is about being able to reach higher levels of dimensional consciousness and processing your life and its events based on that elevation of that consciousness, that awareness. Consciousness is infinite. You don't expand consciousness. The perception of expanding consciousness comes from your expanding awareness of this already existing expansive consciousness. Okay. You know, she shouldn't be here, there at all. See, that's the thing. How the hell is she allowed into my auric field? She's actually in my field. Because Michael wouldn't allow that. Michael wouldn't allow that. Yet here she is, touching my fucking shoulder. Ooh, oh my god. So it's like, why why is she here? Well, here's why. Why the INFJ is constantly searching for things that would feed their soul. So maybe I do need to have a connection with her. I just don't understand why she all up in my fucking field. Like, that's like wearing my underwear while I'm wearing it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's why I'm like, she gotta ask me what size underwear I wear so that we can wear it at the same time. Yeah, no, she's in my field. So I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. I have high tolerance. So she doesn't mess with anything in my template. Um she hasn't even tried to look at anything on my morphogenetic template. She's not trying to alter any energies, any frequencies, any code settings, nothing like that. There was no breach. She just one day fucking showed up talking about Cody. I don't know. Yeah. I figure if she wasn't supposed to be here, she'd never been able to get in, much less stay this long, much less destroy my whole fucking wiring for my internet access. Like, she literally destroyed it. Like, everything had to be rewired. The entire house had to be rewired all the way to the fucking box outside that the whole neighborhood gets. I'm like, the fuck? Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Card number 44, visions of life beyond death. Okay. Life beyond death. Allowing yourself to see beyond this period where you feel like you're dying. You feel like everything you've built, everything you were counting on for the rest of your life, it's just one of those things. It's one of those things that you go through where it hurts, but it's for your best interest. And if it's for your best interest, then we have to just allow. We have to just allow. Was it to do with your post the other day about female connections? Oh, about like healed women? I don't know. I don't know. That post was about all the healed or healing women in my life who helped me to learn, who helped years ago and continue to help me to learn that relationships with other women are not intrinsically toxic. It's not going to be intrinsically filled with drama and competition and cattiness. Mm-mm. Yeah. Didn't she show up in his reading a while back? I've never read for this Cody person. It's just I don't know who this is. I have no idea who this is. So I don't know. Card number 25, release a dark wound, let love live. Allowing yourself to let go of the things that have rotted in your life, the things that have allowed for the continued stank to build up. You know, here's the thing. And this is how I see it, okay? Fish that are fermented, they're allowed to ferment in a certain way. They can add a richness to the environment, right? They can be used kind of like as part of the fertilizer, the growing components. Now, the other thing is that you wouldn't have rotting fish inside your home as it decomposes and goes through its process before you're able to use it as fertilizer. So this is something that has to be removed from your life, allowed to really just do its thing somewhere over there, somewhere over there, where it's not going to be a health hazard for you. And then once it's done and you've gone through enough of your own process, your own healing, you can revisit that and apply it as the fertilizer that it's now become. It's not yet fertilizer. It's very much a rotting carcass. That can be a health hazard. What kind of stuff will that bring? Aside from flies, do you know fertilizer, the way to properly process compost, fertilizer type stuff, You have to let it reach a certain temperature, and then you have to rotate it, because once it reaches a certain temperature, um, all of the harmful pathogenic type bacteria will have died off, and only the beneficial bacteria, the probiotics and the prebiotic type material, is left behind. So it's one of those things where we have to understand the processes that we're in. We have to understand that just because we know the end result is there does not mean that's where we are already. It means that we have to go through these different stages and processes, and we have to do it appropriately, or else, I mean, the type of infectious material, like for canning, what I'm realizing at the elevation that I'm at, because it's a very high elevation, I have to reach 15 pounds of pressure. I can't do it at 10. It has to be 15. Why? Because of the altitude. And if I don't do it at the proper pressure for the proper amount of time, based on the material in the mason jars and the size of the mason jars, then I could be canning something that is like canned death waiting to happen. No, I have to do it right. I have to go through the processes. I have to allow for the proper amount of time. So first I have to let the pot itself heat up and build pressure. Once it starts steaming and the steam is being released, I have to let that run for 10 minutes without doing anything to it, so that all the air can be pushed out of the pot, this pressure cooker. And then once that's done, I can put the rocker on, and then I have to closely monitor for it to reach the proper pressure. Once it reaches the proper pressure, and I'm not just going based off the gauge, I'm going based off the gauge reading and the rocker activity. Once it hits that at the proper level, not going beyond it, then I can begin timing it for the proper amount of time that it has to pressure cook. And once that's done, what do I have to do? Turn the heat off and let it sit for hours on end and naturally release that pressure, naturally cool itself down, so I don't affect the pressure lock of the mason jars. But then here we are, like we think, oh, we just put stuff in a jar, close it up, boil it for 5 minutes. It's good to go. That'll last for 20 years. No, it won't. I promise you. You're going to be praying to the porcelain god. I promise you. That's not going to be good. You're going to definitely endanger yourself that way. Is this what we're doing in our relationships, in our connections? Is this what we're doing? We're pressure cooking it, thinking, okay, so it should be tender in 20 minutes instead of 5 hours. And then because it's been 20 minutes, we're just going to randomly open the pressure cooker. That will explode in your face. For real. It's pressure locked. It's called a pressure cooker. That will legit explode in your face. Trying to rush any process that you're in, it's probably going to blow up in your face. If you're in a relationship that you've been trying to exit for some time now, but you haven't been able to exit it because one thing after another causes you to feel like, well, maybe this is a premature decision. You weren't meant to exit it yet. Now maybe you are. Now maybe you are. I don't really know the answer. You have to assess, what process have you gone through? Card number 27, receiving, allowing yourself to receive your truth, allowing yourself to receive your personal power once again, allowing yourself to receive your legs and your feet and all the muscles that are involved in the act of walking towards this greater destiny, walking away from what's kept you shackled to smallness, to limitations. This doesn't even feel like it has to do with finances. It feels like it has to do with this like need for a security blanket. And now that security blanket is the very thing that's being used to choke you out. Ooh, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. One thing I learned by having brothers who are into MMA and like the fight culture stuff, I actually can choke you out with the shirt that you're wearing. Minimal effort. I can choke you out with the shirt that you're wearing while you're facing me and straddled on top of me. I can choke you out. I can make you tap out. No, no tap, I'll nap. If you can straddle me and I feel like I have to choke you out with your shirt, I don't care if you tap. I'm now in survival mode. I don't care if you tap. I'm going to keep squeezing until you're snoring. I'll make sure you're okay, but I'm not going to stop. No, no, I'm not. Just so y'all know, in case you want to play rough with me. Card number 28, collaborative dreaming. This card makes me feel like it wasn't just one person in this pairing, this dynamic connection that was in denial of what this actually is. It feels like it was both. If you're in a relationship and both of you keep trying to work on keeping a connection going that was based on a trauma bond, then it's both. You know what I mean? I don't know what the answer is. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what you need to decide for yourself in your life. I just know that after a certain point, your truth will come in and you won't be able to deny that. You won't be able to ignore that. You won't be able to do any of that. Hmm? That's where your son is at. Hope he's okay. All right. So we have woo-hoo-hoo. Blues clothes. Handy dandy notebook. Sorry, guys. I don't know. Card number 16, Cancer. I feel. Your feelings are your God. The soul is your temple. Rely upon the wisdom of what you feel right now. Okay. So you already can feel what's going on, right? And you know, whatever it is that's going on, it's something that you're probably needing to experience. How long you need to experience it, I don't know. Hopefully you'll be done soon. Hopefully you'll be done soon. Okay. So this is about energies of being reclusive and hiding your feelings and having alternating moods. Cancerians are emotionally vulnerable and are easily wounded. They can be downright touchy, and when feelings are bruised, cancers can come across as crabby and harsh. So many of the cancers that I know, and I know quite a few, yeah, that feels accurate. That feels accurate. They feel for others deeply and are exceptionally sympathetic, but as they are highly empathic, the emotions of others can exhaust them. So I'm wondering if, for some of you, I'm wondering if you're dealing with a Cancerian, excuse me. And what's going on is that they're feeling you kind of pulling away. They're feeling this divide that's been created and is growing between the two of you. And maybe, I'm kind of speaking general terms, so take this with a grain of salt, okay? Maybe that feeling of like a divide being created, instead of them realizing like, oh, you're just growing, you're going to another stage, another step in your development. And it's not that you're actually leaving me, you're just growing. And they can't see it that way. Instead, it's triggering them like, what did I do? What did I do? Why am I not enough? Why am I not and then that's triggering you too. So I don't know what you need to do with that. Okay. Okay. Cancer is a sign of the mother and those ruled by Cancer, and to be overprotective of their offspring, which means they also like to control and take over. I was going to say something. Michael says, don't say it. It's a genuine question. Cody's mom, are you Cancerian? I don't know. It feels like I know you're probably concerned about your son, but pretty sure your son's an adult, right? I'm pretty sure. I mean, unless they're not an adult, I don't know. Okay, Cancer is a sign of the mother, and those ruled by Cancer tend to be overprotective of their offspring, which means they also like to control and take over. After all, the child is an extension of the mother who also needs to be protected, so she must remain strong to take care of her young. So now I'm kind of wondering, are or were you dealing with a Cancerian who has made you feel like they're treating you like a child, like controlling, micromanaging, things like that? I don't know. It feels like trust has been fractured. It feels like trust has definitely been fractured. Maybe this is someone that doesn't like you watching me because I empower you too much. Who knows? Who knows? I did one time. I had someone get on a live stream and they were pissed the F off. They said that I had to stop live streaming because now their Piscean boyfriend or husband or whatever, baby daddy, I don't know, someone that they're in a relationship with won't listen to them anymore and now only listens to me. And I'm kind of like, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, boo. Like, is it someone that comments? Like, what the fuck? I'm not going to stop live streaming because you're insecure. Sorry that I'm not sorry. But yeah, no, she was on the live stream and she's like, something about like he no longer listens to her. Now he listens to me. And he's not taking accountability for y'all, those who listen to me quite a bit. Do I ever excuse your toxicity? Do I ever let you walk away from this space that we share where I convince you are a victim? And people are just being mean to you, that you didn't do anything wrong. It's everyone else. Everyone is just hating on you. No, I sit your ass down and I lecture you like a mother. I'm like, listen, take ownership of your caca. Yeah, no, she was saying that I basically empowered him to the point where her controlling could no longer affect him. So, yeah, that's just unfortunate. That's unfortunate. He found the right one. He found the right one to hear, um, the one that doesn't dictate, but instead encourages you to think for yourself. It's a very powerful thing when you begin thinking for yourself. When you begin assessing every event that you've had in your life with specific people and begin to understand, like, oh my gosh, I've been living through toxicity. And it's not always the other person that's the toxic one. Sometimes it's us, okay? Sometimes it's us. She didn't want a relationship. She wanted a robot. Good for him. I told her straight up, like, I wish I knew who he was. I'll give him free readings. I wish I knew. I wish I did. I'd be like, motherfucker, good job. Anyways, so, okay. I'm wondering again if someone is treating you like an incapable child. Are you incapable or are you just unwilling? Are you tired of the tyranny? There's a difference between being incapable and there's a difference with being unwilling. Being unwilling means you're actually capable, you just don't want to. It doesn't resonate with you. Being incapable means you want to, and as much as you want to, and as hard as you try, you just can't. There's a difference, you know? What I like about your channel is that accountability is one of the main themes, as well as critical thinking. Thank you, Elijah. Yes, it's very important. It's very, very important to hold yourself before everyone else accountable for what you decide. Causation and effect is a real thing. You choose a causation and then you live through the effects of it. So, whew, let's see. When this card presents itself, you can be assured emotions are high. You may want to withdraw, or you may be dealing with someone who is withdrawn or depressed. There's a feeling of being connected to the unseen world, and this includes the world of ghosts and spirits. She goes, she's too much. This card can indicate inherited psychic abilities, and even with blood. Oh, witch blood. Is Cody a sorcerer? Touche. That's interesting. Um. Okay. That brought in a whole nother. Suddenly nervous. There is sensitivity and emotional closeness indicated. It can mean you're in sync with other people's emotions. You'll instinctively know what to do at the right time. If your question is about love, it may be a secret or involve bonded souls. Okay. So this might be someone who you're finishing out some sort of karmic interaction with. It might be a case of you kind of needing to be done with a karmic cycle and moving forward towards a more healthier type of soul connectivity with another person. This card can also mean that family or domestic issues need to be addressed. Okay. A mother or maternal figure is also indicated by this card. Women may figure prominently, women's issues and how women get along. Is this like a whole bunch of females fighting? Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not for women hating on women. Some women are putitos. Some women are not. Toxic women should have no place in your life. Women who are toxic because life has wounded them over and over and over, and they don't realize how toxic they are, sometimes need to be in your presence for a specific amount of time. I don't know how long that is, just so they can be made aware. And then you have to free them to make the decision of whether they're going to choose to stay in that toxic state or whether you're going to move forward from it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't force someone to no longer be toxic, but you also can't force yourself to continue to deal with people's toxicity. Okay? Are you sure no one else will tell you what you need to hear, or do you just not want to hear it? You know what I mean? There's a difference. There's a difference. There's a huge difference because I find for me personally, people tell me what I need to hear all the time. Do I want to listen to it? Not always. So my soul is consistently guiding me. My soul is consistently bringing the people to me that will tell me what I need to hear, but I don't want to hear none of it. So that's something that we all kind of need to be aware of. You know, where are we within that? Then no one else will tell me what I need to hear. Or are people telling me, and then I'm creating this scenario, and I'm just speaking general terms, okay? I'm creating this scenario where, like, oh my god, you're just mean to me. Oh my god, you're just judgmental. Oh my god, you're this and you're that. But in reality, are they? They could be, but if you look behind that, why were they brought to you? Did your soul allow for them to access you, cross paths with you? Because that very characteristic of being blunt is the very thing your soul needed in order to deliver messages. You know, these are things we have to consider for ourselves. Are we making excuses for ourselves? Or are we just flat out denying the receiving? Like, nope, no more deliveries today. Uh, okay. Witches and their powers. Yeah. So, okay. hmm The past, hiding, seclusion, mothers, the womb. I wonder if someone's in seclusion right now, you know? Like, oh my God, my eyes itchy. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Okay. So, card number 20 is Scorpio, I transform. Put your ear down close to your soul and listen hard. Acknowledging desire and surrendering yourself to the depths will serve you best at this time. Let's see. Scorpios have a bad reputation for ruthless behavior, which is not deserved. Like the other water signs, Scorpio is emotional, but not in the sympathetic way of Cancer or Pisces. You know, I'm going to be honest. All the Scorpios that I know, you know, I'm not going to like this, Scorpio. You're not badass. You're just not. You're the most secretive about your pain. And it's this thing of stop playing into this bullshit as fuck role that someone who was probably burned by a Scorpio created for you. And then the rest of the people sustain that really just asinine concept of you're ruthless, you're this, you're that. The most sensitive people I know are fucking Scorpios. Now, if you piss a Scorpio off, good luck. Good luck. You're going to catch a wrath like you've never had. You're probably going to get a fucking rash on your ass from all the spankings. I'm just saying. But this whole, like, oh my God, they're so dark and mysterious and ruthless. They're only ruthless when you've hurt them beyond what they're able and willing to tolerate. That's the only time. Literally, every Scorpio I know is quite possibly the most gentlest, most sensitive, most deeply loving, if they let you in. If they let you in. And that's the thing. They have to let you in before you experience that side of them. And if they don't, I mean, just stop. Stop trying. They're either going to or they're not. You can't convince them to. You can't convince them to. You can't manipulate them to. You can't seduce them into it. They have to make that choice on their own. And once they make that choice on their own, I mean, that's an um intense type of like loving you, devotion to you. You know, if you're a Scorpio, if you have Scorpio in any prominent placement in your chart, please stop playing into that like bullshit ass role that you've been shoehorned into. Allow yourself to evolve, allow yourself to blossom. The reason I cherish the Scorpios that are in my life right now is that they don't play that bullshit ass role with me. They're in my life and they're in my life, and that's that. There's no like, I'm going to test you. Like, go ahead. I'm going to intentionally flunk that shit. Fuck out of here with that shit. Communicate. Communicate. If you have that Scorpio type mindset, that's stereotypical, not all Scorpios are like this. that stereotypical Scorpio mindset of, needing to test people, um, that's an indication that you feel people in your life, either currently or in the past, have failed you. And now you're afraid that others will fail you. You're afraid that if you invest your love, your time, your energy, that they're going to just betray you. That's a betrayal all on its own. You're betraying yourself. You're betraying your capability of being happy. That's a really, really painful way to live, where you're just waiting for the people that you love the most to betray you. Mm-mm. If I'm over here waiting for you to betray me, I'm not here waiting. I promise. I'm not here waiting. There's an entire world of people capable of betraying me. I really don't need to wait for you to do it. You know, if I really need that hit of drama and pain and punishment, there's billions of people in this world who are capable and willing, absolutely willing, who would jump at the chance to be hurtful and harmful to me. I really don't need to wait around for you. And that's that. That's that. So now it's this thing of, did you sting yourself? Did you sting yourself? Did you accidentally poke yourself? Some Scorpio venom is necrotic. It'll rot the flesh. It'll rot. Like, you would have to excise that before it spreads. I'm wondering if that's what it is. I'm wondering if that's what it is. When Scorpios enter a room, they don't have to say a word for the crowd to know. They can feel their energy, their depth, and their ability to understand others, all the while not revealing much about themselves is profound. Scorpios inspire you to tell them your darkest secrets while revealing none of their own. Just so you guys are aware, I'm not saying Scorpios are narcissists. I'm saying that tactic is narcissistic. It's narcissistic behavior, where you're gathering intel, but you're refusing to give any type of information about yourself, your personal existence. That's what narcissists do. Okay? Be careful of that. When we are aware that this type of behavior can indicate narcissism or a narcissistic tendency, we can then begin to kind of take a step back and assess, I'm not just going to fall into this. I'm not just going to freely give myself because, oh my God, it's a sexy Scorpio. I'm good. You don't want to tell me anything about yourself? Then don't ask me anything about me. It has to be mutual. It has to be reciprocal. It has to. It has to. I can't establish connections with people who simply want to receive information, receive benefits, receive. No, I'm good. You have to also give. You have to take that chance on me. You have to share with me the things that maybe make you uncomfortable to share. I'm not a condemning person. And I don't know if maybe that's part of what happens when I become averse to people with it's a certain type of subset of Scorpio energy, where it's so what have I done to make you treat me personally like I have personally already betrayed you, that I'm not worthy of earning your trust? What have I done? What categories of undesirable people and behaviors have you lumped me in before even getting to know me and taking a chance on connecting with me? That's really hurtful. That's really, really hurtful. And I don't like to be around that type of connection where I feel like I have to go above and beyond who I actually am, which is naturally a loving, naturally giving, naturally patient person. It's not enough for you. I have to prove more. How about fuck that? Find someone else. Fuck that. I mean, because the reality is this, okay? Not to get on the ass of Scorpios. The card did come up. That's why it came up. But the reality is this: people who embody this type of behavior, logic, energy. It's not just Scorpios. People who embody this, I'm pretty sure they've been watching you for quite some time. Before they even approached you, there is a high likelihood they already took quite a bit of time to get to know who you are, the type of character that you have. Pretty certain of it. Taurus does this as well. Taurus, yeah, yeah, they do that as well. So, you know, this is one of those things, guys. Allow yourself to be fully present. Allow yourself to actually receive whatever the situation is, whatever connections, all of that. Don't be so walled up within your own space, not sharing anything. And then you're left feeling like no one supports you, no one understands. People will not understand if you do not share. Try and read a Scorpio and then tell them you tried to read them. See what happens. I'm serious. You know what's going to happen? They're going to feel like you're nosy AF and that you violated their privacy. Therefore, you violated their trust. Therefore, you are a liability. Yeah. But then, I mean, you're supposed to read them so that you can understand what they're going through. And if you don't understand what they're going through, then you don't care. But you can't read them, but you need to read them. Is that how you're living? Like, all seriousness. Is that how you're living? And again, like I said, it's not only the Scorpios that do this. This is a trauma response. Or like you're trying to beat people to the punch. You're trying to make sure that, you cut out before they can abandon you. What if they never intended to abandon you? What if that wasn't the plan? What if they just needed to kind of take a step back, reassess, try and understand what exactly is unfolding? What if they're going through something they didn't want to bother you with, like they're going through something they don't want to tell you because you're already dealing with a lot yourself. So they're kind of just taking a step back and getting quiet and, and trying to process. I mean, there's so many different potentialities to this. When Scorpios feel deeply, they fear the loss of control and they will sting when threatened or cornered. Almost always, Scorpios will deliver the last hit. See what I'm saying? It's just like the energy, not everyone in the sign, okay? I feel like I have to make that clear. The energy that's being spoken about, that is a surefire way to find yourself alone. Not necessarily because everyone will abandon you, but because you choose to walk away from everything and everyone. Before you walk away from something, allow yourself to assess, is there really nothing left to work out? Am I just being upset right now and looking for a way to deliver the last hit? Am I afraid of where this is going? Is this a trauma response? Have you heard of what's it called? I think it's like, I forget the name of it now. It starts with an R. It's where, because you have experienced certain types of trauma as a child, especially, where you get scared when people try and connect with you, try and bond with you. And even though there's a potential for that bond to be something profound and healing and very safe, you'll intentionally push them away. You will intentionally create situations within yourself or within that connection that will cause strife. And then when there's problems, you take that as like, see, they were going to abandon me anyways. Be careful of that. It's, like I said, it's not just Scorpios that do this. Okay. It's not just Scorpios. Actually, I know quite a few Scorpios that don't do any of this. I know quite a few that don't do any of this. Yeah. So let's see. If the Scorpio card comes up, you're being tested. You may feel isolated and on your own without much sympathy or help from others. So you feel very misunderstood. Um, Reading that makes me feel like you've already made a decision for yourself. And maybe this is something that you've decided and then went back on, and then now you're deciding it again. And this time you're kind of like, and I think you've went back and forth several times already. And now you're kind of just like, no, it's really, that's it. This really it. That's all. That's it. I'm good. And then instead of, your trusted circle, maybe it's your friends, maybe it's your family, instead of them like listening to you and being like, hey, what's going on, what happened, like, are you okay? I'm sorry you're feeling that way, I'm sorry that you experienced this, and just being supportive. It's almost a sense of like, why are you always tripping? Like, that's not even how it is. You're stupid. You're sabotaging, yada, yada, yada. But they don't really know what's going on because you're so private. They don't know what's going on. That ties into the Scorpio energy. Okay. This like, I don't, I don't like to see it as secretive. There's such a stigma to the word secretive. Like, Scorpios are secretive. Oh, so you mean they hide shit and they're shady? That's not true. People say Gemini are secretive. They hide shit and they're shady. That's not fucking true. When people don't share with you, it's not necessarily that they're hiding shit from you. It's that something about you makes them feel unsafe to the degree that they can't tell you. So really, what's the problem there? Is it them? Or was there some sort of breakdown in that connectivity? And there needs to be some effort to reestablish that connectivity so that they can understand, like, no, that's not how it is on my end. What's going on my end? This is my perception. And if you were to share what you're currently living through, struggling through, I would better understand and be able to better um, react, respond, support. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it feels like whoever this is, they're not getting much sympathy. They're not getting much empathy. They're getting nothing but condemnation, possibly even a sense of like ridicule, like being ridiculed for whatever decision they're making. Um, Make your own mind up. Make your own mind up. Yeah, and if it's the people that are most important to you, and and that's still just their opinion. Whenever something happens, good as well as bad, in the situation that you are currently in, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a family thing, do you run and tell all of those people that you are closest to? Are they always present for every single thing you experience? Or do you pick and choose what you share with them? Are you the type of person that doesn't want to bother people with what you struggle through, with the way you've been treated? Because if you are, then they probably don't know the bad treatment you've received. They probably don't know what you've been quietly dealing with this whole time. They probably have this visual of like everything is all good and you're just tripping. Like you're just always dissatisfied. There's nothing wrong. You're just sabotaging things. You're just scared because this is a real thing. Like they're good to you. Are they? We don't know. You know how many people are in relationships where everyone thinks their partner is amazing? But behind closed doors, they go out of their way to verbally tear you down, to emotionally destroy you, just to make sure you never realize that you're too good for them. We don't know what goes on in relationships. We just don't. We don't. When you're dealing with an empath or Piscean, unless they have some really aggressive type stuff in their chart, you're probably not going to know how poorly they've been treated for how long. Is this me trying to tell you guys, like, oh, I'm actually poorly? No, I got Cap in my moon. I will fucking claw back. I don't give a shit. I will. I will love you as deep as I can fucking destroy you if you try and do that shit with me. I don't think so. I don't think so. Do I need to broadcast it? No, I don't. But I promise you, we're not playing that shit. Nope. Thank you, Cap Moon. One thing that was done right. I'm just saying, like, okay. I can be loving and peaceful because that's the environment that I live in now. That's where I'm at in my life. It's full of love, it's full of peace, it's very supportive. There's no condemning, there's no none of that. Like, we're all kind of just free to make our own decisions. Just don't be inconsiderate of others. It's a very beautiful thing. But how many of us have this thing where, like, you know, we think that just because they don't physically strike us, that they're not being hurtful or harmful. When you're constantly made to feel like you're not enough in a relationship without using those words, that's manipulation. That's emotional maltreatment. And it's not just women who receive this type of treatment. When you're praised outside of the house, but then at home, like, you can't do nothing right, you're constantly put down, but it's not using bad words, you know? So it's not actually abuse, like, you're just being dramatic. Really? So you're being hurtful and harmful. Now I'm hurt and harmed. And then you're telling me, no, I got it wrong. I'm pretty sure I received it the way you dished it out. I'm pretty sure I received it the way you dished it out. Pretty sure of it. Pretty sure of it. And I've been on the receiving end of that type of treatment, not from any relationship that I've been in, like romantic relationship that I've been in, but from my own father. Like, are you kidding me? I'm pretty sure you called me a whore. I didn't receive that wrong. Out of your mouth came the word whore. Yeah, no, I heard you right. I heard you right. That's funny because, like, I'm not. I'm not. And if you were to ask people who were a part of my life during that period, they would tell you straight up, like, "Oh my god, I wish I had that kind of relationship with my dad. You guys are so close, and you guys joke around so much." I've had people tell me that. I remember one time, um, this one girl, she needed a ride home, like, from school, right? I was in high school, and I guess her parents, no, my parents or something like that. And I guess my dad had asked her, "Where's your parents?" And she's like, "Oh, they're not yet here. I have to figure out how to get home." And so he was like, "We'll give you a ride." So me and him were joking around in the car. Um, we're joking around in the car, and she's sitting beside me, and she says, You guys have a really cool relationship. I wish I had a relationship like that with my dad. You guys are super close. Your dad is so cool. Sure. Um, a lot of people who go through really horrible things, they hide it from others. That's why I say make a decision for yourself. Make a decision for yourself. Don't base it off what the important people in your life are telling you, because they don't see everything that's gone on. They really, really don't. They really, really don't. They have no idea. Like, if you were to, at one point, because I finally was just like, I'm not saying quiet no more. F that. I don't give a shit. I'm going to lose you. I don't really care. So, my brothers are very much aware of how I feel towards, um, and before, they used to be like, you're so spoiled. You're such a brat. You got everything that you wanted. And I didn't ask for any of that. What do you mean I got everything that I wanted? I didn't ask for any of that. Not the things that would paint me in a certain way, nor the things that were hurtful and harmful, you know? And after they became more aware of actually the dynamics that were at play, they don't try and force me to have interaction anymore. They're just like, kind of just is what it is. At this point, like, no, we get it. We get it. Like, I remember for my mom's funeral, my father was basically trying to make it about him. He's a grieving widow, like, anyways. And I guess he called one of my brothers, and he was trying to rally up the troops to force me to make the whole memorial for him. And my brother surprisingly was like, no, she has a reason to feel the way she does, and you're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to deal with it. She's going to feel however she's going to feel. You got to deal with it. You did whatever you did. And so she's going to feel however she feels. She's going to act however she acts. Yep. Very true. Oh, what's the word? What word is it? Moon rock? I'm sorry. I like to know. Knowing tells me it will undo all the self-healing. True, nobody knows the depths of my traumas, but I'm at that stage. I know my truth and I'm at peace internally. But now my mother is seriously unwell in hospital. My heart wants to help, but knowing tells me it will undo all. Well, here's the thing, Catherine. Only you can decide, first and foremost. Are you going to the hospital to try and heal your relationship with her? Or are you going to the hospital to make sure that if she doesn't go home from this, that you were able to say everything you needed to say? There's no regrets. There's nothing that will haunt you for the rest of your life. Because when I came back to California, I knew my mother was dying. I came back to California. It wasn't to say sorry and demand an apology and try and create this false type of relationship. This fake thing where, like, we're gonna pretend everything is like Brady Bunch. No, it was this thing of like, whatever happens, I'm not gonna have any regrets when she's gone. Whatever happens, I'm going to say what needs to be said. I'm going to hear what I need to hear. I'm going to have the kind of connection that I need so that I don't have regrets and no expectations of how she's going to receive it. You know what I mean? What do you want, though? What do you want? So would you rather, if she doesn't go home from this, would you rather spend the rest of your life feeling like, I should have just went, I should have just been like, F that, I'm coming, I'm going to know for myself that I was a good daughter and I was there at the end, but she told me to leave? Or is there that potentiality that if you don't go, And if you do go for that, people might argue with you. Okay, that's why you have to make up your own mind. If you don't go, I mean, they're still going to argue with you, right? They're still going to be like, you weren't even there during the last time. You know what I mean? No matter what, they're going to shit on you. If that's who they are, no matter what, they're going to shit on you. What do you need for your personal peace? Do you need to be present? Even if she tells you to go, do you need to know that you extended that final thing, that final olive leaf, right? Olive branch. I want to tell her I'm here. I love you. Do what you feel will prevent the most amount of regret. Like, after everything with my mom, I literally, I have no regrets. I have no regrets. It wasn't a perfect interaction for the last like 7 months. It wasn't. It really, really wasn't. But I have no regrets. Everything I needed to experience with her, I experienced because I chose to. Not because it was perfect, not because it was easy, but I made that decision. My husband supported me as I went through that. And it was something that I carry that with me for the rest of my life, where I don't have regrets. I was able to say the things, like, even if she didn't want to hear it, I said it. And it wasn't said to attack her. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't said to attack her. These were just conversations, and some of the things that she didn't want to hear were things that I had to say, things that I did say. And that was just that, you know? Make a decision. Make a decision for you, not for her, but for you. Because at the end of it, you're the one that's going to continue living and thinking and thinking and overthinking and hurting and hurting and regretting. Maybe her final gift to you is to give you that remainder of your life with no regret. You know? It's hard. It's hard. It's something that is going to take a lot of courage on your end to decide. That's not an easy decision. It's not. I'll leave you with this, Catherine. Everything that she's decided for you, your siblings, your entire family to this day, has it created peace? Because if it hasn't, what she decides for you right now, it's probably not the best answer. It's probably not. If her track record has shown that she consistently chooses the most painful, unnecessary, complicated thing, maybe you got to find the courage to choose something different. I don't know what that is going to be. I just don't know. But I would love for you to be able to live the rest of your life without that regret. I don't know how that plays out. I don't know exactly what you need to decide. But I don't want you to have regret. You've already been through so much. So, there are a number of positive changes with this card. You will soon gain what you've worked so hard for. Maybe that's for you, Catherine. This card implies karmic issues, even the resurfacing of past life recollections. So many of your relationships will now be of a karmic nature and thus be tried as well. Your life may seem like a trial. Matters involving inheritances and money may figure in, such as heirlooms, legacies, and what comes through family or people you are tied to from your deep past. You may have to deal with someone who may plot revenge over something you may not be guilty of. Ooh. It could also be a time where enemies surface, so you would be wise to protect your reputation. Strong sexual attractions may arise, whether wished for or not. Obsessions are possible. It's wise not to get wrapped up in intrigues with people you don't know very well or have known for only a short time. Do not attempt to maneuver or manipulate anyone, as this will surely backfire. On the positive side, now is the time to be resourceful and guard that which you have worked for. If you've worked for your personal peace, if you've worked for this, if you've worked for that, guard that. Protect yourself, protect your heart. It doesn't mean avoid. Protect means prepare, be adaptable, and allow yourself the permission to implement whatever knee-jerk solutions, not reactions, but solutions you've already considered. Okay? On a positive side, now is the time to be restored. Okay. If romance is your question, expect it to be transforming and not something you can leave aside. In some cases, your partner may seem aloof and hard to reach, and matters may erupt into unexpected passions. If surrounding cards indicate that things will progress, this may be one of the most important and transforming relationships you've ever had. Let's see. When this card comes up, it can indicate you're going through a period of deep self-analysis. You may seek out a professional, or you may work through this time alone by reading or through reflection. Be careful when it comes to finances in areas such as taxes, property, and shared assets. You could have resounding successes or tremendous losses, but the message is to take your chances. And stick with your decision no matter what. You have the ability now to make it work. So make a decision and stick with it. At the end of the day, you make a decision and you stick with it. So the next card. All right. Card number 17, Leo, I will. It's better to be looked over than overlooked. This is a card of honor and strength. Let's see. Ooh, to overlook a Leo brings about great resentment in him or her. But generally, Leos are too proud to ever say so. So I'm wondering if this is about the partner, the family, whoever it is that you're having conflict with, whoever it is that you're considering. For some, this might mean that they feel overlooked and it's almost like, it's not to say Leos are needy, but it's to say the energy of this Leo card is giving a needy vibe. Okay. Just like it's not to say that all Scorpios are what I was talking about with the Scorpio card. It is to say that Scorpio energy from that card carried that type of message. So it's like this very neediness that I'm getting, where it's like, oh shit. Michael give this analogy. So Leo's a lion, right? Let's say you have a lioness. Well, girlfriend, there are multiple lionesses in a lion's pride. This lioness does not like that. They want to be the one and only. They want you to worship them, cater to them. Everything is about them, 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 them. Yeah, no. That is far too draining to deal with. Where they are so insecure that you consistently have to watch what you say. Watch how you say it. Watch how fast, how slow for any little thing. That's draining. That's draining. Like, why do you have to be? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. When the card comes up in a reading, expect to be at the center of something and be recognized. And when we're tying it into the Scorpio card and then the Cancer card, you're at the center of an intrigue. You're at the center of a big drama that potentially was started by this person. And they're really playing this mother freaking role of like, oh my God, I want to slap you. I can't stand people like that. I can't stand people like that. I just can't. I can't. I can't. You're about to be singled out for special recognition. It feels negative to me. This is a time for standing out and making sure you are counted. You're going to be appreciated for your unique qualities, but I think that only happens if you actually talk about what's going on, what you're living through. This card can indicate romance entering your life, so that means a new relationship, because if it's entering, that means it wasn't already present, right? So indicate romance entering your life. It will be generous, open, and playful. It may be a connection where you work together on an idea, or possibly ventures with a vision that will create new things for the public to enjoy. So this is possibly something that's more aligned with your actual destiny, your actual purpose in this life. The way you appear to others is important now, and this card indicates growth in both reputation and career. You may opt for a new look. If you're looking to change careers, something original or to do with the public will be likely. If a job emphasizes team players, you will soon be one of the leaders. Whatever's happening, you're at the center of it, and it will be an adventure. This might mean being a bit of a gypsy, traveling, going with the flow, and trusting in your ability to make it all work out. And it will. It will. All right. You could take a gamble and win, but show caution. You may experience strange and exotic circumstances where you will have to play queen or king. Your routine could come to involve changing hats and doing many different things. Odd or eccentric individuals may come your way, and if so, you may want to give them a chance so they could help advance your cause. Yeah, that's probably the new romance entering your life. This is a time of being spontaneous and living in the moment, and a grand approach is necessary. It's time to part the clouds and let the sun shine through. Be careful. Oops. Be playful. Be bold. End up a winner because luck and light are on your side. You're going to be perfectly fine. All right. I know, like I said earlier, it's probably very scary for you to experience possible instability, the potentiality of all sorts of different things. Just take a chance. If you change your mind, I'm the first in line. Take a chance on me. Baby, I'm still free. So we have the Chariot. Adversity, possibly already overcome. Conflicting influences, vengeance, success. Possibly a voyage or journey, escape, rushing to a decision. I mean, all of this is like the alternating of the messages that have been coming through this entire reading, right? I'm hungry. I'm hungry. It's about that time to eat. Three of Cups in reverse, excessive pleasures, overabundance, superfluity. Loss of prestige, lack of appreciation. I feel like that's probably what's going on, you know, like a loss of all of that good stuff. So it's almost like you have your own cup and someone's over here offering you 2 additional cups, but it's almost like you feel you want to return to the ocean. Your water chariot. Ready to come and conquer whatever it is that you are needing to come and conquer. Something that maybe you had once let go of, something that maybe you had once given up on, maybe a dream, maybe a connection, maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. It's something from the past. Jesus, why did I press so hard? Something from the past. Might be something karmic, might be something past in this lifetime, like recent past. I don't know, but it feels like you're coming with both guns blazing, locked and loaded. You know, they have backpacks that have armor plates in it. They do. They have backpacks that have an armor plate in it. And you can use it to leave a high conflict area and know that your back is covered. I don't know why you guys need to know this, but there are literally tactical backpacks with armor plating, and you can remove the plate. It's just inserted in there. Just saying. So we have, okay, another major arcana card. The Hermit, counsel, knowledge, solicitude, prudence, vigilance, circumspection, self-denial, withdrawal, and regression. Ooh, you're no longer willing to deny yourself. You're no longer willing to deny how you made yourself feel with the decision you made in the past. It's almost like this need to circle back around and revisit whatever that is. Whatever that is. Self-denial, withdrawal, and regression. So you're going backwards. So you're returning back to something. Let me look at a return to a former state, a measure of the relation between the mean value of one variable, the output, and corresponding values of other variables, time and cost. So the output, dependent variable equals the function multiplied by the independent variable and the unknown parameters plus the error terms, plotting graphs. In statistical modeling, regression analysis is a set of statistical processes for estimating the relationships between a dependent variable and one or more independent variables. So in terms of social interactions, that statistical modeling of regression analysis is about this person, this situation that's highly dependent on you and is draining your sense of being alive, and the consideration of the unknown parameters of that independent variable, and the potential errors that might occur as you plot that trajectory. So, ooh, Investopedia.com talking about macroeconomics. Regression is a statistical measurement that attempts to determine the strength of the relationship between one dependent variable and another independent one. So it's about relationships. A trend or shift towards a lower or less perfect state. But really, what's the lower or less perfect state? Who is determining what that is? Is it lower and less perfect because the people in your environment are telling you it's lower and less perfect? You decide that. You decide that. I'm saying I hated statistics. I hated statistics. It's a bullshit class. It's a bullshit class. Oh, you need it for the medical program. Fuck it. I don't need statistics or the medical program. Fuck that shit. Sorry. I just had a flashback too. I had a flashback too. I'm sorry. Ooh, two of staves. A pair of wands. Let's see. In reverse. Oh, sadness, trouble, restraint caused by others. Lots of faith. I really don't like the way this feels. I really don't like how this feels. I don't like. Oh, so okay, hold up. sadness, trouble, restraint caused by others. Look at this. Seeing that picture, it's like this is you and that whoever that is to you. And they're restraining you from reaching this place within your journey where it's like the potential to grow old together. You're being robbed of that. You're being robbed of that. It's like you're dealing with a fucking child, a childish as fuck person. And look, some would say, like, oh, this is much better because it's younger. There's more potential there, more to offer you. No, that one is old. It can't offer you anything. I don't know. Look at how you look there. Look at how you look there. I mean, yeah, this tells me whoever this is for you, that's not your equal. That is not someone who will walk beside you. Maybe you're done having, oh, I'm about to get real fucking mean. I was going to say, let me try and find a way to not say it so mean. This person exists as someone who's like a lovesick puppy and they just follow and follow and follow and follow. And you're done with that, you know? You're done with that. Yeah, that's what it feels like. You're done with it. You're looking for someone who carries that, you know, it's an innately present maturity that's very akin to yours. It's something that it feels like home. It feels like home. You know what I mean? That drained me. There's so much tension. That just drained me. Now I feel like I gotta smoke a cigarette. I don't even fucking smoke. Are you kidding me? I would die. I get a respiratory infection. I can't be around that shit. It stressed me so much that I feel like I gotta smoke a cigarette. Oh my God. What are you guys living through? Jesus Christ. Marlboro Red 100s. Shit. Menthol Newport. Damn, you gonna cut up your lungs. Oh my God. I like my lungs. I like being able to breathe. I'm good off all that. For a second, though, it made me feel like I had to have a cigarette. Yeah, I used to smoke 2.5 packs a day. And that's sad. 2.5 packs a day. Not sad for you, sad for me. I was a very sad person inside. It wasn't even necessarily about my environment anymore. I was just so sad inside, you know? It's such a long time ago. And it's just one of those things where it's like, now that I have the clarity of why I was using that as a coping mechanism, like I realized how stressed I was. Oh my God, Jody, you're smoking a Newport. Have you ever, like, for those who actually smoke cigarettes, have you ever been so stressed out that you crush the filter? Mm-hmm. You crush the filter so you can get more in your lungs. That's horrible. That's horrible. Mm-mm. Yeah. Attachment, completion, perfection, ultimate change, synthesis, fulfillment, capability, triumph in undertakings, rewards of hard work, admiration of others. So, for some, it seems like you're going to be solidifying this decision. You're going to be taking those steps and you're going to be welcomed wherever it is you end up. Wherever it is your heart leads you, wherever it is. It's not going to be what you think. You're not going to be rejected. You're not going to be ridiculed. You're going to actually find yourself back home, feeling alive again. feeling like your environment finally understands you. You don't have to hide who you are. You're where you want to be. You don't need to take vacations from your life because now your life is not something you have to take a break from. Y'all, I never go on vacation. I don't. I travel a lot. I'm like all over the place all the time. I travel a lot. But I never actually take a vacation. Why? I don't need a break from my life. I don't need to go to some far off destination so that I can forget about how my life is making me feel inside the home that I live in. That's a very powerful way to live. Or when I travel, when I have to go somewhere or go there or this and that, I find myself like, I can't wait to get back home. I cannot wait until like home is so peaceful. Home is full of laughter. It's just full of like this energy that I want to be around. Whatever you're going through, the universe is supporting this, okay? The universe is supporting this reconnection between you and this, whatever this space is. If the space is a person, if the space is a new home, if the space is a new state, new country, I'm about to expatriate, bitches. I'm sorry. No, I'd like to. I'd like to. I would like to. I wish a motherfucker would expatriate my ass. I'm sorry. Let me stop. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying nothing. All right. Now we have the sun in reverse. Unhappiness, loneliness, possibly a broken engagement or a marriage, canceled plans. Oh my God. Yo, so, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 out of 6 cards are major arcana. 5 out of 6 cards are major arcana. This is a major, massive life change. My heart is breaking for someone. I don't know who the fuck it's breaking for. It's just a sadness. It's such an all-consuming sadness, and I wish you would just stop hurting. I wish you would find a place where you feel at home. I really do. I wish you would just whoever needs to hear this, I wish you would let people in, people who have no interest in condemning you, people who are perfectly fine with simply listening to you breathe as you silently process your life. That this is a lot for one person to deal with, and to feel so unsupported, so misunderstood, to feel like everyone is against you and no one really knows what you're going through. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't care if you're a stranger to me. You deserve the kind of peace that I deserve. Not because I know you, not because this, not because that, but because you exist, and that's what we deserve. We deserve peace. We deserve the freedom to change our mind, to decide things for ourselves. And when people can't love you in that way, that's not love. That's ownership. No one needs to own you, especially when you're too profound to even be held in a confined space. Find a person, place, or thing that encourages your expansion, that would go to war on your behalf, even without your knowing, that would go to war on your behalf so your process of expansion is not interrupted. And sometimes The kind of love that we look for is the kind that will let us just kind of quietly, peacefully sleep for a little bit longer. I don't know. This is sad though. This is a very sad feeling. I'm about to fucking eat my feelings, yo. 2 of coins. I'm about to eat my feelings or get in a fist fight. I don't know. I don't have anyone to fight, so I think I'm gonna go get some grain-free donuts. This is some fucking bullshit right here. I don't like when people are treated this way. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. It triggers me. It triggers me. It triggers me. Two of coins in reverse. Literary ability, agility in handling matters, simulated enjoyment, a letter, a message, enforced gaiety. So here's the thing, okay? Like, we have all of these major arcana cards, and then we have the 3 of cups and the 2 of coins. So there he is toasting this. What is he toasting? What is he toasting? This reconnection. You know, I think that's like, I don't know. I don't know. So we have cups and coins, cups and coins. 10 of coins in reverse, bad odds, possible loss, hazard, robbery, loss of inheritance, dissipation, and gambling. So this is someone that's taking a gamble with whatever it is they decide, right? I think the greatest loss in life is not doing what your heart tells you you should do. I think that's the biggest loss, because you then live with regret, and that regret injects toxicity into your life. That regret causes you to lose all of that time, energy, and potential that you are wasting on fixating on that regret. So, I mean, I don't know. Cups and coins, cups and coins. That's what this is. 10 of Cups, home, joy, pleasure, peace, love, contentment, good family, honor, esteem, and virtue. Take that chance. 10 of Coins, 10 of Cups. Whatever you think you're losing as you make that choice and your life gets turned upside down, as many coins as you drop, you have that many cups to carry them in. Okay? To catch them in. See that? See how that works? Cups and coins, cups and coins. So, decision time. Make a decision. Stick with it. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay. 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 Let me get a card. Here it goes. Wait, what? Card number 27, the Angel Rasbar. Tell me the truth, I asked love. Where are you? I am the everlasting life, love said. I am the recurring joy of living. The master speaks of a den of riches where many precious jewels can be found. In abundance they lie, patient and yet ready to be claimed. Go scoop them up, urges the master. The devoted ones look but cannot see. Where are those precious jewels, they cry, for we cannot find them anywhere. The master gazes lovingly at the devoted ones and responds kindly. In service, my beloveds, you shall find the jewels through service. For what is a soul but the finest and most precious of heavenly jewels? What is a service but the scooping up of the soul that does not lie lost nor unclaimed, but instead honored for all its precious worth and beauty, tended to until it becomes vibrant as a flawless ruby, radiant with the joy of living? Divine contribution is offered to those who wish to contribute to the world. The great beloved sees what's in your heart, what it is you wish to offer, and is saying yes. So you're being empowered to serve, to assist, to offer a genuine spiritual contribution to this planet, to become a sacred hand at work for the will of heaven. Such is the capacity bestowed upon the soul that is wise and filled with love, and therefore desiring to serve. So then do not doubt yourself. You have been blessed with this by the master to find the precious jewel of your own soul and claim it. Cast aside your doubts. Perhaps this is not easy for you to do. Perhaps you look at the world, even your chosen field of endeavor, and already you hear so many voices speaking. You may wonder if your own contribution would simply add noise to a cacophony. You may wonder if you can really help, if you have anything genuine to add, or if there is just too much noise anyway. You may hesitate and become fearful. Do not despair, my beloved. It's part of your divine destiny to add something of great value to the world, something that has its place even amongst all that activity, something needed absolutely in the hearts of all. That precious gift is a true silence. The true silence is peace. It's the living experience of the eternal love of the divine that asks nothing but to be received and gives of itself unconditionally. That silence is present underneath even the most loudest noise, if anyone knows how to access it. The true silence can only be felt through the beautiful feeling heart. When you know how to feel for it, to surrender into it, you can transmit silence in many ways. Through the peace you cultivate in your heart, in your own daily living, through your presence, through your art, even through your voice, written, sung, or spoken. Yes, even through the sound, if that is your path of service. Silence can emanate through your voice, and divine silence can be felt in the hearts of others. The true and great silence, as you may now realize, my dear angel, is not the absence of sound. It's the expression, the experience of the divine presence of love. So shall you trust in the wisdom of the Master who bids you to serve according to the graces you've been given? Will you choose to put aside your doubts and instead believe in yourself and the power of divine love that will reach out to the world through your willing soul? Yes, I know your brave heart would accept this empowerment. I knew you wanted to serve more than you wanted to fear. Whatever is in your heart is the method by which the great jewels shall be collected. The Master teaches us that we are built to serve according to a higher perfection. So if to dance is in your heart, then dance. Be open and free. Do not hide. Dance. If prayer is in your heart, then pray. If you can feed the poor with food, if you can give the despairing kindness, the lost your words, and those who have turned away from the great Master a healing touch, then do so. Do so without doubt, without having to be the best or the greatest or any other notion your mind conjures. Just be willing. Willingness, not perfection, is required from you. So then there is room for freedom to awaken in you. Willingness opens you to divine assistance, and through that empowerment, even greater joy of being will grow within your sacred heart. Your service can flow from simply being yourself in the world, completely and utterly. Your radiance can become one of the sacred candles of the Holy Master. There are many candles that hold the Master's light, and yet each one of them is precious beyond compare. Be such a light. Scoop up the jewels through your service and do not render yourself incapable through nightmares of false imaginings and smallness of mind. Yes, your heart is too big for your mind and it will break open, but that's okay. Do you think you only serve love and are not also served by love? The helpers are always helped. This is love's way. Do you feel as though you are a foreigner in this land? Angel Rasbar shall show you, for she knows you from a long, long time ago, though you might have temporarily forgotten the acquaintance. She is a great hostess and guide in this terrain of divine love, and she remembers you. You who are great of heart and capable of contribution. You who are now signing up for service in the great work of love. Yes, there is work for you to do. Your purpose is bestowed. Serve, assist. Do not hold back for any reason. Not one reason you could imagine is worthy of you. So then aliveness. So then service. So then joy. Help and be helped. That's the way for you now. This oracle comes to you with guidance. You are being guided deeper into your life purpose and divine destiny. Like a maturing adult who is ready to take on the mantle of a greater responsibility, your soul is stepping up. You're going through a process of assuming more spiritual responsibility for the honest and empowered expression of your own essence. And through that, your healing presence in the world is increasing. You are stepping up and forward onto your path. This is appropriate now. It will make you more visible, but that is as it should be. It's not about being worth more than another. It's about the utterly sensible use of the light, that it not be dampened down by a shade, but instead be placed where it can cast its fullness so that others, still in darkness, may find their way more easily. This is efficient, intelligent, and sensible. Your success and growth is drenched in compassion and brings joy to the heart of the Master as another and another find their way, benefiting from the light of your being. So shine true. Be humble but not dismissive of your gifts. Allow others to find their way more easily because you choose to honor the power of the great silence that emanates through you, evermore as you trust and surrender. This oracle brings special messages of reassurance that you're making progress and are indeed on the right path. Although it may not unfold exactly as you anticipate, it will indeed unfold. You are making a positive impact in the world more than you consciously realize, and you're asked, therefore, to continue. Do not give up. Do not turn back. Just continue. Take your steps, your journey, and know that the great Master is aware of you and is sending the holy ones, including that wise ancient mother, Angel Rasbar, to bring you the blessing of the true silence now. Let it clear and soothe your mind and heart and help you remember the peace that dwells within you. All is well. So, I got to read this again. You are stepping up and forward onto your path. This is appropriate now. It will make you more visible, but that is as it should be. It's not about being worth more than another. It's about the utterly sensible use of light, that it not be dampened down by a shade, but instead be placed where it can cast its fullness so that others, still in darkness, may find their way more easily. Your radiance can become one of the sacred candles of the Holy Master. There are many candles that hold the Master's light, and yet each one of them is precious beyond compare. Be such a light. Those two portions of this passage, reading those two gave me this visual of like, you're this candle and it's a dark space. And there are many, many people who are trying to find their proper place, find their path within that dark space. And then here comes someone who believes fully and completely, wholeheartedly, that they own you. And just like a candle being improperly held, they've been burned. Is that because you're a bad person? Is that because you've sabotaged something? Or is that because whoever this person is to you failed to realize you can never actually tame fire? They tried to hold you by your flame, and then they got mad that they burned. And all you wanted to do was exist. Why hold you by your flame? To put your fire out? So they can keep you in their pocket? To control you? I mean, clearly they're not your equal. Let me show you this card again. Let's look at these three cards, okay? Because this tells the whole story, right? This tells an entire story. This is someone who behaves like a child, thinking they own, thinking they have a claim, thinking everything is guaranteed because they hold the power and the control. This is your equal. This is your destiny. They both are interested in the same thing. They are both focused on the same thing. Whatever that task is that's at hand is what they're focused on. And it's not someone that has to be your exact clone, someone who loves everything you love, who hates everything you hate. This is someone who has some level of, I don't even know the word. It goes beyond compatibility. It goes beyond compatibility and enters into the realm of purpose. You know, we're seeing this and it's like we're seeing love. Nothing here indicates that this has to be anything romance. You know what I mean? But even with that lack of definitive romance in that those two cards, I mean, what do you deserve? What do you deserve? I will never choose this. I will never choose this. I will never choose either being a child that's out of control or being the only adult in that equation and not having an equal to walk beside me. I will never choose that. Ever. 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 And for those that don't know what to choose an equal. Someone who is equally as fearless as you are. Someone who is equally in love with sovereign freedom as you are. Someone who has the same level of ethics, a similar type of purpose. Someone who is as averse to toxicity as you are. Someone who craves peace as much as you. Review the changes. Changes to our end user facing terms. There's going to be changes to the terms. So let's talk contracts really quick. There's different types of soul contracts, okay? It's not just one kind. There's not a boom chicka wawa kind of soul contract, okay? That's a human concept. So there are the soul contracts that are experiential, meaning you're just there to kind of witness, to hold as a witness for an event, an experience, whatever it is, okay? You're just witnessing it, right? That's all good and dandy. Fine, we'll witness. Then there's like solar contracts, which, you know, it has to do with the cognitive placement, that divine cognition of the intentional placement of individuated sparks of consciousness. What that means is you're here intentionally, and everyone that was intentionally put into this solar system that we exist within, part of the energy that is your birthright, it's held in a reservoir along with the collective whole. Where is that reservoir? It's the sun. It's the sun. Okay. It's the sun, solar energy. So that is one of the contracts as well. Another contract is a karmic contract. These are unfinished lessons. These are not about punishment. They're not about making you pay for, no. These are unfinished experiences and learning potentiality. Those you have a say in whether or not you will continue the lesson, you will pause it, or you will finish that lesson in this lifetime. Okay. Many of the relationships, connections, and experiences that we experience can and often do tie into karmic contracts. Then we have the Palladorian contracts. There's no renegotiations, there's no addendums, there's no canceling, there's no none of that. You're bound by that contract. Your destiny is a Palladorian contract. The people who are part of your destiny, those who will either encourage and support you in your attainment of whatever that purpose is, that divine, that celestial plan, they're part of the Palladorian contract. And those who will use adversity, will use their malicious intent, their vindictiveness, vengeance, all of these negativities, they're also sometimes part of that Palladorian contract, because it's through that challenge, it's through that adversity that you are being, that cycles of trauma-induced accretion are being initiated. Okay, not all trauma is unnecessary. It becomes wasted potential when we don't allow the traumas of life to be the impetus, that point of ignition into that expansion of your awareness. Whatever's happening in your life, maximize the potentiality of what it will do for you, of how it will grow you, the ways in which it will ripen your understanding, your inner understanding of yourself, your soul, your journey, your destiny, your purpose, your connectivity and lack thereof to specific individuals. Aren't you tired of trying? Because there's literally a way to live where you don't have to try. You actually just live, and you accept opportunities or reject opportunities as you see fit, and you're held accountable for those decisions, and you live through it and you learn through it, and then you're presented with more options to make more decisions, and you'll live through that. And living through that, it sounds like a punishment, but is it? We make life and all these potentialities out to be ways to punish you, and it's not. Even separation is not punishment. Even separation can be something that can grow you in a profound manner. Separation can be the very thing that lights the fire under your ass. to move to new emotional and mental houses that provide the opportunities for elevations in your potentiality. It's not about you being strong or weak. It's about you being willing. There's been times where there's been situations and I'm telling either a client or one of my children or a friend or a family member, this is what you need to do. And they're like, but I can't. Motherfucker, you didn't even try. What do you mean you can't? You can't what? Don't tell me you can't. Try that shit out and show me you can't. You can't? Don't tell me, show me. I remember I was working out with my husband. We're at the gym and he's like, he can't do this, whatever the set was. He's like, he can't do it because my muscles are a lot looser than his. He has some tightness in certain areas. Like, show me you can't. You know what he showed me in the attempt to show me that he can't? He was doing it. It didn't have the full range of motion that I can reach, but he's not me. He's not me. Before you start telling yourself that you can't this, you can't that, show yourself that you can't. Show yourself that you can. I use this very mindset when I work out. Oh my God, I can't do another rep. Show me. See, look, oh my God, I did it. But I definitely can't do another one. Show me. And then I do another one and another one and another one. And maybe 5 or 6 reps later, I've proven to myself I absolutely could. I absolutely could. And after 5 or 6 reps of me telling myself that I can't, but show me, I actually can't. Is that a failure? Is that how you look at it? Where it's like, well, see, now I told you I was right. See, stop. Stop being like that. Stop disrespecting your own existence. Stop going out of your way to convince yourself of how small you are when you are not small. You are not small. You know how many people try and convince me that I'm small? Bitch, I'm not even short. I'm just saying, okay? I might be smaller than you, but I'm not small. I'm slightly, I would say I'm average size. What? This is not short people problems. I have no problems. And if you want to tell me that I have problems because I can't reach the second shelf, I'll tell you, bitch, I also got solutions. I got a step ladder. I have tall as fuck children. They can reach that second shelf. How about that? Changes to our end user facing terms of service. There's going to be changes. There's going to be changes. We need to allow the changes. Last chance. Last chance before it's too late. Another notification came down. Last chance before it's too late. Just saying. Might be last chance for you to get some crypto. Let me stop. Let me just stop. Okay. So maybe I'll do expedites like the 2033 expedites again today. I feel like some people need a little bit of assistance energetically or with readings or with whatever. And I'd like to be able to help. I really don't like this feeling of there's someone out there that just feels so unsupported, unheard, unloved. It's not okay. It's just not okay. You know, especially when you're in your process of empowering yourself, finding your voice, rediscovering how to walk. That's just not okay. It's not. It's not. Sometimes the places that we consider home are nothing more than a seedy motel for us to lay our head for a little while so that we can rest before we get back on the road and travel down our path. Sometimes we go to these hotels, motels, as we're leaving town, heading towards another destination. Other times we stay at these seedy motels because we're exhausted and all we want to do is just get home in one piece. To get home. I don't know. Maybe it's too much of a task. But I'd like to try because the empath in me can't, refuses. It refuses to give up on people who, you know, really truly believe they have no one. Maybe for now, for a short period, part of my purpose can serve as home for those who feel so homeless in their life. Yeah. Welcome home. Welcome home. I hope you guys receive whatever messages you need from these readings. I hope the way in which I deliver these messages don't add to your sense of feeling as though you're breaking apart. I hope you feel a resonance with me, and in that resonance, you understand you're not alone in this world. You're not the only one that goes through things, and that there are many of us waiting to see you on the other side of it. Whatever you're going through, waiting to see you on the other side of it. I can't travel your path for you. That would rob you of the potentiality that you're learning about as you go through that experience. But I can definitely reassure you, you're not walking alone. My little legs can do a fucking marathon. I'll walk with you as far as you need to walk. And I won't complain. And I won't demand. You're not alone. There's many of us who are now choosing to walk together. So let's walk. Let's walk, and when we're tired, let's nap. And after we're done napping, if we're hungry, let's eat. After we're done eating, if we're ready to keep walking, let's walk. There's no right or wrong way to do it. There is a peaceful and a non-peaceful way. And I hope the road that you travel, the road that I choose to walk on beside you, provides us the most peace possible. There's no reason to not have peace, especially within ourselves. So I'll be live later on today. I'll do some expedites, the 2033. We'll do that. We'll do that again. And then please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell, join me when I'm live. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and also extend the 50% off coupon on all of my private sessions.